If you're a Nigerian living in the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, Germany, the UAE, or anywhere in the diaspora, and you've been thinking about buying property back home here in Nigeria, this video is for you. You may have already have the money, but deep down in your heart, you're still wondering, how do I know this property is genuine? How do I know this land is genuine? How do I know this building is authentic? How do I know this realtor is trustworthy? And you're wondering, you're asking, how do I know I won't lose my hard-earned money to fraud? See, those questions you're actually thinking, wondering, worrying about are actually valid questions. Over the years, I spoke with many Nigerians who live abroad who actually delayed buying property. There's one thing I've come to discover. They actually delayed buying their property not because they didn't have the money, not because they couldn't afford the property, but they actually delayed because they were afraid of making expensive mistakes. And that's actually the reason why they held back from investing in property back home here in Nigeria. Hi, my name is Yemisi Oladipo. I'm an award-winning realtor based in Lagos, Nigeria. For the past 10 years, I've been in the real estate industry and I have helped Nigerians living in Nigeria and Nigerians living in the diaspora to invest safely in the Nigerian real estate. And some of my clients actually completed the entire purchases of their property while they were abroad. By the end of this video, you get to know how to buy property safely in Nigeria without boarding a flight to Nigeria. Whether you're interested in land, off-plan development, or completed home, or you're actually interested in rental investment, shortlet apartment, commercial property, or agricultural real estate. Now, let's begin with the real problem. Let's address the number one problem, which is fear. The truth is, buying property from another country actually feels risky. Why? Because you're not present in the country where you're buying the property. So you cannot physically inspect that property. And again, you cannot verify everyone that is involved in that transaction because you're not there, because you're not fully present there. Again, almost every week, stories of how people bought property and got scammed always shows up on the internet. How people actually lost their money while trying to buy property, how people trusted the wrong persons when they were trying to buy the property, how some people bought land a long time ago and never got in their allocation, how some people bought property and later discovered that the property was even a government property. And because of these too many stories, it is actually understandable for Nigerians living in diaspora to keep postponing their dream. They will tell themselves, I'll buy the property when I come to Nigeria for Christmas. Now Christmas will come, they'll come to Nigeria, family will visit them, there will be naming ceremonies, there will be weddings, there will be so many activities and they will be exhausted. Even the money they want to buy the property with, they would have exhausted it. And guess what? They'll be back on the plane again, back to their base without achieving their goal, their real estate dream. And that's how it's going to continue. The following year, they'll say the same thing again. They'll come, they'll get involved in so many activities, exhaust their money, and they'll still not buy the property. And before you know it, the property they even want to buy would have gone up significantly. I mean, it would have appreciated, and some would have even sold out. Now, guess what? Maybe they were supposed to buy a property when the property first launched, maybe for 10 million naira or 15 million naira. By the time they keep delaying, I'll buy it when I come to Nigeria, a property they were supposed to buy for 10 or 15 million naira, I mean a plot of land, would have gotten to 20 million naira or even more. And before you know it, the property will no longer be within their reach. With this, you now discover that waiting actually becomes expensive than buying wisely today. Here is the best mindset shift to have. Distance isn't actually the main problem. The process is. Why do I say this? Now, when you follow a proper process and you work with verified professionals, buying property from abroad becomes much more safer than you could ever imagine. The key to this is having the right verification system. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you next. So I'm going to be discussing the safe 5-step process that will help you to buy your property right, even if you are in the diaspora. Now let's get into it. Number one step is consultation. During consultation, I get to understand what a client actually wants, what their goal is, and what their expectation is. The truth is, not all the property I have available for sale is meant for a particular client. We have land, we have move-in ready buildings, we have off-plan building, we have short-let properties that are meant to generate rental income, we have farmland, we have investment opportunities, we also have commercial properties. My responsibility at this time is to recommend what best suits your budget, your timeline, and your investment goals. And what I usually do is schedule a video consultation at a time that actually works very well with your time zone. The second step is live virtual inspection. Now, with technology, everything has become easy. Technology has made it so easy that we can run a live virtual call, I mean video call. We can do a video call while going to the property. for you to see the road tour to the property, and we can still continue this video while on that property, so you can see everything that needs to be seen. If it's a land, you can inspect it, while we are on the video call. If it's a building, we can take a tour inside of the building for you to see everything. If you need us to measure some things while we are there, we can do all of that. And technology has made it for me to be as transparent as possible. I do live video calls to the site for my client to see and see the property as if they are right here. And while on site also, I do live video call. If it's a land, I take a walkthrough for my client to see. If it's a house, I take a tour of the building, and then we share measurements for my client to actually understand what they're actually buying into. And with technology also, you can also use Google Earth for you to check the property as if you're actually there. The goal is transparency for you, our client, to actually see that what you're actually buying into is actually genuine. Now, this takes me to the third step, which is verify before payment, which is the most important step. Before any payment is made, verification comes first. At this point, we'll confirm the title document, we'll run some checks at the land registry. For the developer, we look at their project delivery history. Have they successfully delivered their past projects? Do they have a great track record? All of these are what we're going to consider, and we'll also review the documentation together so you know exactly what you're actually buying. And at this point, if you ever feel pressure to make payment, that's actually a sign for you to pause and actually ask more questions. And this will take us to step 4, which is to make payment. Now, at this point, if everything checks out well, the next step is now to make payments. Now, you should make sure to make your payment into a verified corporate account, not a personal account. Note, not an individual or personal account. Payment should be made into a verified corporate account of the developer that owns the property. At this point, you should make sure to understand every cost involved in the transaction before making payments, such as the legal fee, survey, developmental or infrastructure fee, or any other fee attached to or service charges. Note, there should be no hidden surprises or hidden charges after you have committed or you've made payment. Now, this takes us to the 5th step, which is documentation and delivery. After payment is made or an initial deposit is made, you'll be getting documents such as invoice, a receipt, a contract of sale, all in your name. After total payment, all payment for the property is now made, you'll be getting your allocation. And what you'll be getting on allocation, there will be a letter of allocation, a registered survey, and a deed of assignment. And at this point, even if you are not in the country for the allocation, you'll be getting a video evidence of the allocation and picture of the allocation, and your document properly documented and delivered to you wherever you are in the world. What I usually do for my clients who are in the diaspora and couldn't make it for the allocation, sometimes they send a relative to stand in for them while I also stand in with the relative on their behalf. So what we do is, after the allocation, some of them will ask me to hand over the document to their relative so that they can dispatch it to them, while some will not even involve their relative at all. During allocation, I will stand in for them and receive their documents and do video and take pictures on their behalf to show to them as evidence of allocation, while I dispatch their documents to them anywhere they are in the world through DHL. And after the delivery of documents to my clients, after allocation, the good service I have started doesn't stop, it still continues. So whether you are buying through me or through someone else, here are the 5 things I think every Nigerian abroad should do. Protection 1, verify the person. Don't rely on Instagram alone. Check out for past client records, check out for review, check out for educational content, check out for consistent track record, and check out for the real person behind the brand, and check out for a registered business. Protection number 2, verify the property on your own. Make sure to request for the title document. If necessary, get a property lawyer to help you carry out due diligence, and make sure to check this property independently. Make sure to ask enough questions until you are satisfied before you commit at all. Protection number 3, avoid making payments into a personal account. Make sure to make your payments into a verified corporate company account of the developer that is actually selling the property. Protection number 4, never allow urgency to replace due diligence. Make sure to verify and you are satisfied and convinced before going ahead to make payment. Protection number 5 is to keep proper record. Make sure to save your receipt, your invoice, your agreements, your payment confirmations, your emails, and all messages relating to the property. Make sure to keep proper records. If you've been postponing buying property in Nigeria simply because you live abroad, I hope this video has been able to show you that distance doesn't have to be a barrier, but rather having the right process, proper verification, and working with professionals can actually make the experience much more smoother. If you are living outside Nigeria and you'd like to discuss your options, send me a message on WhatsApp with the country you are currently residing in, with the type of property you are looking to buy, whether it's land or building or a ready-to-move-in home or off-plan home or farmland or commercial property, and also your property budget range. And we'll schedule a free virtual consultation at a time that actually works with your time zone. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to the channel and share it with another Nigerian living abroad who's looking to invest back home in Nigeria. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video.